Hello and welcome to Dr. Ozello's Sports Medicine Report. I am Dr. Donald Ozello of Championship Chiropractic in Las Vegas, Nevada. I will be covering computer workstation ergonomics in today's episode. I define ergonomics as the study of body positioning that maximizes efficiency and minimizes the potential for injury. The human body is designed for motion. We are engineered to be constantly moving. We are not built to be working and sitting for hours at one time at a computer workstation. Our bodies take a toll from being seated in a position for a long time and performing repetitive motions. Prolonged sitting, static positioning, and repetitive motions increase the risk of acquiring a painful and performance-limiting condition. Proper ergonomics helps to lower the risk of acquiring these conditions. It doesn't completely eliminate it, nothing does, but using proper ergonomics will help to lower the possibility of acquiring a painful and performance-limiting condition. Proper computer workstation ergonomics is not a one-size-fits-all. There is not a universal setup that everyone can use. Our bodies are all shaped differently in sizes. You can be the same height as someone, but your leg length could be different. Your torso length could be different. Your shoulders could be wider or narrower. All these things come into effect when we speak about ergonomics. There are some very basic guidelines that everyone can apply that will help each and every person that works at a computer. One of the mainstays of proper computer workstation ergonomics is the height of your computer. Very simple is you want to have the top of your monitor at eye level. This is much easier to do with a desktop computer than it is with a laptop computer, which you still want to have that monitor where the top of your monitor is at eye level. When this is set up properly, this prevents you from having to look down. You won't have to flex forward at the thoracic spine and the cervical spine. This will help to keep your upper back and neck in a good position. Now, another one is the height of your chair. This is extremely important. You want to make sure that with your chair, your feet can touch the floor. If your feet cannot touch the floor, you want to get a footrest that will basically bring the floor to you. This helps a great deal in lessening the pressure on the knees, the lower legs, and on the hips and lumbar spine. Another mainstay is lumbar support. Lumbar support is often neglected. If you are sitting in a proper sized chair and you have lumbar support, it will help to disperse the forces throughout the lumbar spine. When you are sitting without lumbar support, the forces placed on the lumbar spine are greater in several areas. But if you sit with the lumbar support, that disperses those forces over a larger area and helps to prevent fatigue. Many times people will say that their low back, which is the lumbar spine, is getting fatigued and tired and sore at the end of the day. So if you have a lumbar support, that will help to prevent this fatigue that occurs later in the day. The next mainstay that I wanted to mention is cervical support. The cervical spine is the medical name for the neck. The cervical spine often is in a bad position when we are working on the computer. If your chair has cervical support, then the neck is in a proper position. The neck will not be flexed forward or jutted forward. It will be held in a good position. When the low back is supported and the neck is supported, the thoracic spine is in a good position also. The thoracic spine is the medical terminology for the mid-back. So having lumbar support and cervical support helps to keep the spine in an extremely strong and safe position. When we speak about the arms, you want to have your arms hanging down by your side. You don't want to have the arms out to the side. Try to have them hanging by your side, and you want to have the wrists in a neutral position, meaning that your wrists are not bent outwards, they're not bent in, bent downwards or bent up. You want the wrist to be held in a neutral position so that they are in line with the forearms. This helps to prevent injuries in the wrist, hand, forearm, and elbow. Proper ergonomics is vital in lowering the possibility of acquiring a painful and performance-limiting condition. Make sure that you have your computer workstation set up as good as you can, following the guidelines that I went through in this video. There are many other things that you can do. I just wanted to go over some very basic guidelines in this video. So please do everything you can to follow these guidelines. Give yourself lumbar support, cervical support, have the correct size chair, keep your wrists in line with your forearms, and also make sure that your computer monitor, the top part of your monitor, is at eye level. All these basic guidelines are a good starting point for you to build a foundation of proper ergonomics. Thank you very much for viewing today's episode of Dr. Ozello Sports Medicine Report. I am Dr. Donald Ozello of Championship Chiropractic in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am the author of Running, Maximize Performance, and Minimize Injuries. You can get additional information on my book by visiting my website, championshipchiropractic.com. Also, on my website, you could find my blog where I have numerous articles on spine health, sports medicine, health, and fitness. Please feel free to like this video. If you have questions, feedback, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. You could subscribe to my YouTube page, Dr. Donald A. Ozello, DC. Please remember, train hard, train smart, get adequate rest between training sessions, utilize nutritional and supplementation strategies that work for you, stay injury-free, and accomplish your goals.